Must address the said elephant in the said room. They were too good. 26 points to 24. Was 26-6 at half-time. People are now talking about change. I will say this. New South Wales have been dominant in 3 of the 4 halves so far this series. Maroons hold on to level the series at a sold-out Optus Stadium. The precipitation, there was perspiration, there was so much Asian, Brian, and in the end, Queensland got it done.
I hope you weren't going to say the other Asian
No.
I'm thinking of. No, it was. Yeah, look, it was obviously the first half that did all the damage. We came home with a wet sail. But the penalties, the 3 tries they scored were on the back of those penalties. We were ill-disciplined. I can see that. You know, the penalties were warranted. But you can't tell me in an Origin game they were that perfect for 40 minutes. Now, I don't want to blame referees because I hate blaming referees.
No.
But an 8-0 scoreline in an NRL game, let alone an Origin game.
8-0 penalty count.
I mean, it's such an advantage to get those.
Yep.
And I'm not calling them offside, and I don't want to be one of those people, but their
them onside.
Their line speed was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they were up for the game. Desperation is a great motivator. And, yeah, they got the job done. It was the first half that we just ran out of steam.
Yep. The better team won. And Sean the Trader made a very good point. I was talking about the penalty count with him this morning ahead of the Get 'em Onside recording.
Yeah.
And he said, look, for starters, not every penalty count, if it's so one-sided, means it's the referee's decision.
No. I as I mentioned, I think a lot of those penalties were warranted.
Yes.
But you can't tell me that they were perfect.
Correct. That's the thing that gets me, right? So in 40 minutes, are you saying they did not get one
No head high,
misdemeanor?
not offside.
No.
And we're not whinging about it. In the end, it was our goal kicking. And the Nathan Cleary, you could tell he was busted. Whatever that injury is, whether it's a groin or a quad.
Yeah, looks like a quad, doesn't it?
He wasn't doing any of the kicking. So they did a very good job of hiding that from us because it never leaked out one bit.
No, rock solid there. I did think, and that explains things now, when it was New South Wales trailing by 8, Lomax had missed a couple or a few, I thought, this is Nathan. Just go and grab the ball.
Yeah.
This is your time. You love this stuff. Knock it over. Get us within 6. Wasn't to be. And in saying that too, Lomax, right? He has a kick from the touchline, almost the identical spot where
last year, you mean?
Thurston had the kick in that grand final.
Yeah.
When I say identical spot, one's in Sydney, one's in Perth, but you get what I'm saying. And it takes a still work. That kick
just
was so important.
Just wasn't our night,
No.
and it sets up Game 3 beautifully. We were caught on the back foot, and it was all we spoke about it yesterday. They were so desperate coming, and you only got to be a little bit off, and they've got to only be a little bit on that percentage.
Yep.
And look what happens. 20 points we were down.
As you said before, Brian, dedication, motivation, perspiration, precipitation. That formula was the case for the Maroons. So we are going to Game 3 at Accor Stadium. Now, Billy's team changes. He was right. He did not. There was no ducks and drapes, Brian.
Nope.
In the words of our man Gibbo, he stuck solid with his 1-17, and Tommy Dearden was very strong at halfback. Here's Billy Slater with Tom's time now.
You won't get a negative word out of me for Daly Cherry Evans. He's a wonderful player and has been a wonderful player for a long period of time. It's Tom's time now, and he didn't surprise any of us, I don't think, in what he put out there tonight. So yeah, really proud of him, and that's the first time he's worn the number 7 jersey for Queensland. I wouldn't imagine it'd be the last.
No, I wouldn't imagine that either, Brian.
No.
Won't be the last.
We knew how they were going to play, and if you told me yesterday that Queensland won and Jeremiah Nanai played 15 minutes and Pat Carrigan played 25 minutes.
Pat Carrigan played 25 minutes.
I would say you're off your lemon spread. It was Reuben Cotter had a stormer.
Yep.
And Kurt Capewell, I feel he was the man of the match.
A lot of people saying that.
Yeah. The things he did cleaning up around the ruck, he was very, very good. So I know Munster got the award, but if Capewell got it, I wouldn't have been shocked.
Did you hear the chat? I think Vossi and Brandy may have played this, where Kurt Capewell was interviewed. And one of the questions was thrown at him, hey, Kurt, something along the lines of, what's it like you're leading the competition with the most missed tackles?
Oh, that was a journo said it to him, yeah.
I think it was a journo. We should get that audio because, geez, he silenced that, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. He was so good. And
He's had a great year.
Dearden didn't sort of overplay his hand, but he's just threatening. The show and go through the middle.
Just the speed, right? So
anyway, it sets up a game 3. It sets up a great game 3. So, well done, Queensland.
Keep your texts coming through. We're going to take your calls in a moment too, by the way. 1300 01 1170. Tim, we'll leave with you in a moment. Before we do so, the penalty count 10-2 the Maroons. So 8 blot at half-time. So it really slowed down to 2 apiece in the second half. Look, the Blues conceded their lack of discipline. But what did the coach, Laurie Daly, have to say about the penalty count?
I can't tell you what I honestly think, so I'm not going to say that.
Tell us, Loz.
What was that? Who tells the story about Gus Gould when he said, what would happen if I said you were a cheat? You got a $5,000 fine.
Yeah.
What would happen if I thought you were a cheat? Well, that's what you think. He goes, well, I think you're a cheat.
This one here, this is from Jason, the Gold Coast. In regard to the 8-zip penalty count in the first half, friendly reminder, the penalty count in the first half of game 1 was 7-1 in favour of New South Wales. I don't recall Fletch mentioning that. No, I didn't, because we won and you blokes were offside all night.
Correct. Let's go to the open line, folks. The time is now yours. 1300 01 1170. And not forgetting, we've got plenty to give away for the best contributor today with the Signa Boost Power Bank with a $150 golf box prize voucher and $100 voucher thanks to Peter Jackson as well. So we're loaded and ready to go. Let's go to the open line, Brian.
Yes.
Let's start with Tim. Tim's been waiting there a while. From where, Brian?
He's from Hammett.
Hammett, up there in Brisbane. G'day, Tim.
Yes, g'day, guys. Enjoying listening to you boys.
Thanks, Timothy.
I thought this game really showed that, both teams are good enough to win. But they just got to get their act in the gear. And it proved both games, whether it was the one in Brisbane or this one up here, but this one up here particularly, you get your game right, as Queensland showed, they can win. And then the second half proved if New South Wales got their act together, what they can do to you. So I thought it just shows the level of professionalism and ability at state of origin level. Those guys are good enough to be there, whether you're a Queenslander or a New South Wales. You just got to get it right on the night and you'll win. And I'm sure the Blues can absolutely give it to us down in Sydney, and we've got to be on our game. But one of the good things I liked about Queensland is they got these wonderful wingers who can catch balls, especially when you're kicking for those corners. And I have to say, we haven't got it right enough. Now, if you get that, where they can have 2 or 3 or 4 goes on the wing going for the try line, you've got Coates, you've got the hammer. I mean, that's just something we need to take an advantage of. But I tell you, Game 3, we better turn up because it's going to be a hell of a game.
Don't disagree. And Crash, love your stuff on Backpage. It has been terrific. Let's march on. Let's go to Adam in Brisbane. Adam, geez, a lot of Queenslanders want to call up, don't they? G'day, Ads.
They're frothing.
Yeah, guys, how are you?
Good, Ads. What's happening? Give it to us.
Well, look, I just wanted to make a little point about the fact you were saying Queensland were perfect for 40 minutes, but we weren't. We had New South Wales got set restarts, so it does depend on where you infringe, whether it's going to be a penalty or a set restart. So I don't think anyone's claiming Queensland are perfect.
No. Doesn't suit our narrative, though, Adam. We need the stats to go our way for the story.
We need an excuse. We can't say we were outplayed by you blokes because...
Look, I've got to say, you blokes have been pretty gracious in defeat, which it does pain me to say. But, look, no one's claiming Queensland were perfect for that 40 minutes.
No,
except Ashley Klein. So let's go to Panther Pete. All right, here we go. And
Peter the Panther. G'day, Pete.
He's got an origin conspiracy theory.
Sure. Fletch, how are you? You both like a conspiracy theory, so here's the best one for you.
Oh, okay.
It was never going to be a dead rubber on the third game on whatever it is in July with 50,000 British Lions tourists over here and that particular tournament going ahead. Okay. We were never going to have a dead rubber in Sydney.
Okay, so you think the threat of the 15-a-side game?
Yep, absolutely. Conspiracy. Now we're going to be talking State of Origin for the next few weeks.
Yep. Yeah, tinfoil.
Lions tours on.
Tin
There you
foil,
go.
Pete. Thank
Put
you
that
very
in your-
much.
See where that lands.
We'll see where it lands. John from Burpengary. Burpengary, that is. G'day, Johnny.
Singing high, yippee, yippee,
Yippee-yi.
Singing
aye, yippee, yippee, aye.
hey, singing yippee, yippee.
Aye, yippee. Well
Yep.
done. Well done, John.
I got to tell you, your song is so much better than our rank
What
one.
is our one?
Oh, it's so
I don't even
bad.
know what it is.
Oh, it's rank.
singing high, yippee, yippee,
Anything else, John, you want to talk about? Or
singing high, yippee,
Come on,
yippee,
John, hit a big note here. Let's go hard.
Yeah, sing it, John.
Tourist, come on. Let's go real hard here, Johnny. Louder.
yippee, yippee,
Okay.
high.
Now, John,
Boys, I'm at work. I'm in trouble.
John, you sound like
I'm in all
you're.
sorts.
Yeah, you sound like. Hi, yippee. This is our song, and this is how we celebrate, and we'll be doing this in 3 weeks' time.
Yes.
Hit me.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Oh, that never gets old.
Yeah, never gets old.
That's
John, there
never
you go,
gets
mate. 1300 01 1170. Lots of texts coming through. Brian's a little bit tired, but he's going
No,
to
I'm
find
not.
his way. Give us two before we go to the break,
Okay, this
Brian.
is from Graham. Grahimi says, New South Wales and you blokes are gracious in defeat, please. Said no one ever. No Tungari. Hey, Joel and Fletch. Bill Harrigan is still pretty fit. The NRL should do themselves a favour and consider him a contract for 4 games a year, 3 origins in a grand final.
Do a package deal. Rabs.
I would like to know, Ashley Klein, why is he so far ahead of every other referee? What do they see in him?
Don't know.
Because I know the G-Man. The G-Man had
Why
that.
is it? He's been kicked to the curb.
Yeah, something's gone
What's
down
happened there, Brian? What happened to the G-Man? That wonderful grand final, Panthers versus the Broncos, hasn't been spotted since, really.
Now, I don't want to speak ill of the referee, but I just was wondering why he's got no one's pressuring